science class, myself Vanaja. In the last class, we learned the stories of the Negodas who were exploited under the company rule and the company's exploitative tactics against the farmers. Today, we will discuss what the rest of it is. English East India Company identified that the fertile fields of Bengal were much favorable for the cultivation or growing of the commercial crops like cotton, jute and indigo. These were the major raw material for the industries in England. So they decided to expand its cultivation and force the farmers to do so. Forced to cultivate commercial crops such as cotton, jute and indigo. As a result, the farmers became landless and were forced laborers. By now, you may have understood sufferings of the farmers under the East India Company. Next, we are going to learn against the tribals. The company's focus is not only limited to the agriculture sector. They framed several laws to exploit the forest resources. These laws gave the company absolute control over the forest. This disturbed the collection of the forest products and adversely affected the tribals' traditional farming. The tribal habitat was rich in mineral deposits, and to exploit this, the British constructed roads and railways to these regions. The Indian Railway was launched on 16th April 1853 and the first train from Bombay or Mumbai to Thane on March 1861. The first train in Kerala ran from Thiru to Bedpur. Now you got an idea about the exploitation or activities against the tribals under the company rule. Our third topic is against the weavers. First we learn against farmers, second against tribals, now against the weavers. We know that cotton cultivation became widespread in India during the company rule. However, the handloom industry in India declined. For what reasons the handloom industry in India declined during this time? Let's check. First point, the large-scale export of cotton, the raw material of handloom industry to Britain. That is, they exported cotton material from India to Britain. Second point, the large-scale import of cheaper textiles manufactured in the British factories. That is, they imported cheaper quality textiles from Britain to India and sold it comparatively low price in India. Third point, excessive taxes were levied on clothes made in India. That means they imposed higher taxes on clothes made in India and it automatically increases the prices of Indian clothes. Farmers, weavers, tribals were the major occupational groups who lost their livelihood as a result of the company rule. They started rebellions or revolts against the company and Zemindars. We learned about the Zemindars. Zemindars were the middlemen of the company. The resistance against the company became common in different parts of the country. Peasant revolts started at the very beginning of the company rule. Major peasant revolts in 18th and 19th century were Mappilla Rebellion and Ferozzi Rebellion. Mappilla Rebellion took place in Malabar. The uprisings burst out in Bengal were known as the Ferozzi Rebellion. Besides the peasants, the tribals also was in revolt against the company rule. Major tribal groups that organized rebellions are the Bhils in Maratha, the Kolis in Ahmednagar, the Kols in Chota Nagpur, the Sandals in Rajmahal Hills, the Kurchias in Wayanad. Next, the Sandan Rebellion. Next, we are going to learn the Sandal Rebellion. Sandals were the inhabitants of the Rajmahal Hills in the Bengal province. The Sandals started a rebellion against the company officials and the moneylenders. That means the Sandal rebellion was the result of the exploitation they faced from the company officials and the moneylenders. The Sandal rebellion was under the leadership of Sidhu and Kanhu. The Rajmahal Hills witnessed sacrifice of more than 15,000 Sandals in this region.
The Santhal Rebellion. The Santhal Rebellion 1855. The Santhals inhabited the Santhal Paragana in present-day Jharkhand. They got their lands from their ancestors. But after the introduction of the permanent settlement by British, they were expected to pay rent to the zamindars. Hull swept across the tribal regions, that is, in the present-day Bihar to Orissa. Hull is a term which signifies a movement for liberation. This movement was led by four brothers, Sidhu, Kanhu, Chand and Bhairav. The British and zamindars were acquiring their lands which were so precious for them. This was the biggest reason for these tribals to revolt. On 30th June 1855, a large group of Santhals took an oath to fight against British. They declared Sidhu and Kanhu their leaders for this revolt. On 7th July 1855, police officials were sent to arrest Sidhu and Kanhu, but they faced a violent protest by the tribals. They killed many police officials and captured a large amount of land from the Rajmahal Hills in Bhagalpur right up to Birbhum. Later, the British sent the armed forces to suppress the Santhals. Thousands of Santhals were massacred. Sidhu and Kanhu were arrested.
Let's conclude our class. Today we learned the topic against the tribals, the beginning of railways, and against the weavers, the uprisings, names of major tribal groups who organized rebellions, and the Sandal rebellion, etc. Now, let's try to answer the following task. First one, why handloom industry in India declined? Second one, how did the forest laws imposed by the company adversely affected the tribal life? Third, write a short note on the common problems faced by the weavers under the company rule. And last one, write a short note on the Sandal rebellion.